Right?
I'm just a regular guy, just like you, man. I shot dope for years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I shot dope. I fucking worked for the CIA when I shot dope every time.
Holy shit.
Did missions for Obama and George Bush.
Did all the things.
Yeah,
yeah.
you name it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had a lot of jobs, addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of jobs. All federal, all up there.
Michelangelo.
Up there and out there.
Michelangelo,
Everywhere.
I know that we're live, so I just want to ask the question, are we live?
Nice.
We've been live this whole time. We just that's how we do it.
All right.
So you're comfortable.
Okay, good.
So now we're actually live.
Yeah. So Billy, you're a Army man or Navy.
Yes, I was in the Navy.
Navy, but not really.
Not okay.
Right?
So I think Luke's probably exposed you to
just
some
a little bit of something here and there.
Yeah. Okay. So I was technically in the Navy, but Marines don't have like field medics. So I was an FMF, like a doc is what I did.
Wow.
So yeah, I did that for about 6 years, like right after high school.
That's crazy. So you were right on the front line, or?
Yeah, actually, it's weird, like to talk about myself. Yeah, I graduated high school at 18, went to the military. Went to FMTV, which is where they turn like the Navy guys on how to be like Marines essentially. So we learned like field trauma, like land navigation, wear like the Marine uniforms and rigs and all that stuff. And then, and then I went to Iraq 7 months after. So I think I turned 20 in Iraq actually.
Not even old enough to buy alcohol, huh?
Right?
Yeah.
But old enough to kill.
Oh yeah.
Old enough to drink the alcohol though, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there are ways, but yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
The IE?
You did? What part?
Everywhere. So I was born in San Bernardino.
Okay.
My parents also like to drink and party. It's probably where I got the bug from. So we moved everywhere in the IE. And they got clean, actually, when I was around 10 years old. So we settled down in Riverside. So
Riverside?
909 and 951.
Right.
Yeah.
I grew up in a little town called Grand Terrace. You know where that is?
I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Cal Skate Grand Terrace all the time. I went to Redlands High School.
Yeah, right on, brother.
Yeah. I'm from the Inland Empire.
Right on.
Yep.
Well, we're amongst friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if I just like shave my head, like I'd fit in a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
right
for
here.
sure.
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
We've had a full cast of bald people on there.
Damn.
Better to not have 3 bald guys though. I only shave my head because I have to. I
Yeah.
have 0 hair left on the top.
Yeah, but you rock it though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All you have to do is add a few tattoos and
Yeah, right.
you look a little more tough or whatever.
Yeah.
Rock the bald head.
Yeah.
So you grew up in the IE, huh?
Yeah, that was me.
High school? Where'd you go to high school?
Riverside Poly.
Poly. Yeah.
Poly.
Two of my cousins went there.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I graduated in 07, skated, played some sports, boxed a little bit, and then kind of like smoked weed and drank a little bit. I didn't like weed because made shit weird, but I like drinking. I used to love drinking like big time.
Like in high school?
Loved it. Yeah. You know, it made me rowdy, you know, and like music was better.
Yep.
Chicks were hotter, and you could just, I don't know, so like I mentioned, like my parents drink like heavy.
Yeah.
Meth and booze was like their thing. So dude, when I was younger, man, it was like trailer park at one point. We lived in a bus at one point, then like Fontana, Rialto, like, you know, all like, it was bad, you know, but then they got clean. We introduced or AA, I think around the time I was 10. So then we started to play sports, do all the school shit. And then, so life got like normal there for a while. So I started to skateboard, smoke a little bit of weed, like I said, and drink a little bit, you know, like 13, 14, 15. So, yeah.
How old are your parents? No, I'm curious because I did meth in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, like the crank stuff?
Huh? Yeah.
The crank stuff? Yeah. I've heard about that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I hear stories. You take like a match head.
So when you were when you were 10, what year was that?
98, I think.
98. Okay.
Yeah, like 4th grade status.
I had already gone to my first rehab. Yeah, I was totally clean and sober in 1998.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Have you been clean the whole time?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
He's a real one.
Yeah. No, this
Yeah, Chad's a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chad's a troublemaker.
But I hear good things.
Great. Well, great guy.
different man today than I used to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Trip, what when we get clean, right?
So it's
Yeah.
the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing from the AA book for me, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm a great person when I'm clean and sober, and I am not a good person when I put that stuff in my body.
Big time.
I went from I'm a stage 4, you know, stage 4 meth addict. You know, they say stage 4 alcoholic in the book, but like I'm that guy that's crossed deep into the meth addiction. Like literally, like I was telling you, my last relapse, I was jumping into iPhones and, you know, working for the CIA, and, you know, crazy shit.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
And I've heard like after you do like X amount of like, well, because it's not the meth that gets you, right? It's like the lack of sleep, right?
Yeah, I don't know. For me,
It both, right?
Yeah,
a little bit of twofer. Right?
Yeah, by the time I'm like 3 days, you know, into it, it's like pure insanity.
Pure insanity.
Yep.
Like a meth induced schizophrenia.
Yep. So what I'd heard too is like once you like do that or achieve that, if you want to use that word, like once.
You always go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like so I had got clean like a few years back for like a substantial amount of time. Well, for me, it's substantial. Anything over 3 months is substantial for me, right?
Right.
But so I hadn't used drugs in, you know, at that point, like 2.5 years, right? But then I had stopped hitting meetings and all that stuff, and then life happens, and then insecurities come back, and I don't do well with insecurities because I start believing it, yada, yada. So I picked some stuff up, and fuck, man, like the first time was enjoyable-ish, you know, like the back tingles, and I'm only going to smoke it this time though, right? Because I got class, you know, I was clean for a little bit, but fuck, man, like the second day, it was just fuck, man, like real weird again. I'm a weirdo, man, and like not even like a good weirdo. There's no chicks, there's no like music, there's no cool car, you know. I do have a Lincoln though, but
Just the closet.
dude, yeah, just the closet.
I know.
Yeah.
I end up in the closet. Well, yeah, all the time.
Closet and an iPhone charger, dude. That's about it.
I was stuck in my house the last time, just in like mostly in the master bedroom, and I couldn't get out of there. You know?
Stuck?
Yeah, stuck. I mean, I was flying my house places because I couldn't leave it. I was able to put jets on the bottom of it.
Lucky you, bro.
I had to really get going though. You know, I had to pedal that shit to get it started.
Flintstone status, bro.
That's hilarious,
Sometimes,
bro.
yeah.
Dude, that's a gnarly one, man. Like, so I started with like booze, you know, and then military, right? And I was always like a skinny dude, right? Still like quite small. But so booze, you know, drink, whatever, yada, yada. And the Marines are gnarly fucking dudes. You know, they're like, some of them are inbreds, you know, but if they're your boys, and they like to fucking drink had. So I learned how to drink heavy, you know, and then I didn't really do anything, you know, like one point I got married. So I changed the hangovers or like cartoons on Saturdays, which was cool. You know,
Yeah.
Then I got out of the military, I got med retired and all that shit. And then I got divorced like around the same time. Right. And then, pain meds were a thing, you know, like Norcos and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I started liking Norcos like hard, like too much. I loved them, you know. And then they give you energy at first, you know, and like, hey, grandma, how you doing? Yada, yada, yada. It's like, you don't even talk to my grandma, right? But when you're on a sick one, you do. You're like this. You're like this. Yeah, I miss you so much. But then how quickly that turned into some trouble with the law. And then eventually, like when life got really, really hard, you know, the natural progression. And then, you know, I picked up heroin, and then, hey, if I'm doing heroin, I might as well be a fucking, you know, a meth addict. And then, dude, how fucking gnarly that whole shit was, you know. Fucking, dude, drug addiction's a trip. It is a fucking trip.
What is your drug of choice then?
1, 2, 3, go. Meth and heroin. Meth and heroin. It started with the pills, you know, like with the natural progression, you know, and then like dependency and like the tolerance comes, so you need upper, and then textbook opiate addict.
Yeah, that keeps you a little bit more sane though. Like,
Oh yeah,
the only way I could not be sane, and I didn't really like opiates, but Valium would level me off, and I wouldn't, you know, all of a sudden I wasn't working for the CIA anymore.
that's the landing gear, you know. The meth gets us up there. And like the Xannies, that's like a must, you know.
The Xanax was too powerful for me, man. It would throw me into a blackout, and then I would hide everything that I owned from myself, and I wouldn't be able to find it the next day.
Same. Yeah.
Like,
That's funny.
not good time.
Yeah,
and
like,
then I'd be pissed, and the psychosis would be back, and I would be calling everybody I know saying they stole my stuff.
Dude, it's worse if you lose it, right? Because at least if somebody stole it, you're like, all right, it's gone. But if you hit it from yourself, you're almost like, fuck, where's it at? And you're not going to find it.
I'd find my wallet in with my pots and pans. Like, I'm like, how did my wallet get in there? Like, what was I thinking?
You were chilling.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess we're not like thinking at all, like somewhere like what, like the limbic system, like the lizard brains thinking and operating and just slowly fucking our lives up,
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
So you served in the military. You got out. Got all the way to heroin. Added some meth. What happened after that?
Oh, good question. I'm glad you asked. No, actually I had some family friends. I think you know one of them, Carla DeCandia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a really good friend of mine.
Yeah, I want to get her on the podcast.
Dude, she's such a wonderful woman, brother.
Yeah, I need to. I just haven't texted her yet.
Oh, yeah, she's an angel. When I was here, she actually like stopped by.
Yeah, she came by to see somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like a super good woman, man. I love her. Love her a lot. But yeah, so I started doing my thing, and then like my parents had done drugs, right? So for me to do drugs, like it was like a moral, like a thing for me, like I like the shame, like was there quick, like, dude, I'm one of them. I'm like my parents, and like the day you find out you become your parents, like the biggest kick in the nuts ever, it's like, fuck. Right. But before like the dope came into the equation, brother, I was going through so much shit, like diagnosed, like the PTSD, I just got out, I was getting divorced all at the same time, so like the medicine was like, it shut this the fuck off and it let me like check out. I was like, fuck it. Like, what's the point anyway? Like, what's the fucking point? And like, so I've been like, soon after I started doing drugs, I went to my first rehab. And then I was really like ignorant and naive to the addiction, right? I had like, the adverse shit when I was a child, growing up, my parents did it, I was exposed to some trauma. I already had like the alcoholism. So I probably like, those are like, boom, 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 boom. You're an addict, bro, or you have the gene, or you have all the shit, right? Or the fuel, whatever. So when I started using, bro, I just, fuck, man, everything. All my childhood shit, the Iraq shit, the pain from the divorce shit, all the shame, insecurities, all that shit, fucking totally, bro, just started driving the car hard. And then, so I began my journeys, rehab for like 2 months. Get like the oil change,
Yeah.
And then wouldn't ever do like IOP or anything like that. I just like go back in and fix everything. Hey, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to court, and that doesn't work, because I didn't do like the inside shit, or whatever's going on up in here. And then I spun my wheels doing that for like probably 4 or 5 years. Went to Arizona, the Meadows, Florida, a few places, Ohio, a little bit, Oregon, anywhere but here. Because it's everybody else's fault,
Right.
And I'll just figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I'd end up in rehab crying, in detox, and just totally naive to the fact that, dude, you're like consciously fucking your life up, like whether it came from a place of pain or confusion or hurt, I was doing it, and I was doing it. I didn't do drugs well, brother. I really didn't, yeah, dude, I was just like the large part of my like adult life, I was, had struggled with addiction, mental health, and it was hard for me to distinguish the two, because it's hard to deal with like anxiety, depression, PTSD, grief, loss, when you're fucking getting loaded. Right. And I couldn't put those 2 and 2 together. It's a no-brainer, right? But I'm, when you're loaded and in pain, you can only see like I can't even see past my own nose, So again, I'm a textbook addict. I run and gum to numb and check out. And then when I stop, when I end up in rehab with no car, no phone, whatever, I'm forced to stop.
And the dope dealer telling you need to go.
Hey, white boy, you're fucking crazy. You're burning the spot. What do you mean, man? That's how I get, brother. I'm just totally disillusioned. And then
I have a question though about all of this. When you first started like really like going hard, did your parents notice?
Oh yeah.
Were they like, there's another way to live? Or what did they do?
I used to obsess on that question, brother. You know, like I really did, right? Like, did they do enough to help? You know, like who, like I would have, there wasn't anything they could have done.
No.
I used to get mad at them for not saving me,
Right.
you know, because again, it's everybody else's fault but my own, you know. They like tried. They would have never been enough, quote unquote, in my eyes anyway.
Right.
But, you know, like, I'm sure they loved me and they did their own thing. But one time my mom told me, she's like, Billy, there was no helping you because there was no like talking to you. Like I could like speak something to you, but you wouldn't hear it. Right. And I was like, fuck, you serious? You know, like my mom was afraid of me. You know, my dad was afraid of me, and I didn't have any friends. And I was like, you guys abandoned me or some shit, right? I somehow turned my life into be the victim once more, you know?
Right.
Like I would have done this for you or whatever the fuck in my head was going on, you know? And then, but fuck, dude, they did try, you know, my dad even, I remember one time I just got out of jail, and I don't deal well in jail, dude, because I'm like too afraid of like the law and authority and all that shit. My like drinking and drugging had led me into jail. And then, so I got picked up, you know, because I've done a couple overnighters, you know. Jail sucks, bro. Fuck that. So, you know, I got bailed out, and then my dad, he picked me up and he took me to his friend's house who was in the Army. He was in like a biker thing, like a pretty notorious one. And he was an older gentleman, you know, he was in Nam, all that shit. And then he said, hey, mijo, why don't you stay with me for like a few days? And I had no idea, you know, that he knew I was fucked up because I thought nobody else knew.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, son, I'm asking you to stay at my house. And then I'm going like this, like, where the fuck's my dad at? And he took off, you know, he's like, because he knew I needed help, and probably the only person who could help me is probably like some like gnarly ass individual who has like 30 years sober, you know?
Right.
So that's where my thing began. And then, yeah. Fucking, dude, it's a trip how like addiction does this. I can't do it because right here. How it just like closes the lenses in which you see the world, you know?
Right.
It's fucking gnarly to me. Like the brain has the capacity to do that.
And that's all anger, though. Everything in there's anger.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, it is anger. Yeah,
It's
it's
all
all your hurt, your pain,
yeah.
but it completely shuts off, especially meth, completely shuts off the frontal lobe. Like there's no, you're not even using that part of your brain anymore.
No, you're an animal, man.
Animal.
Yeah. Then when you like go to get clean, right? Because like we still have hearts, you know?
Right.
I did for sure. And it probably wasn't the biggest, you know, but I've met some dudes out there who have no interest in getting clean, you know, and those, fuck, more power to you. If you've been doing it for 20 years and whatever, I'm not cut from that cloth, bro. You know, I'm not good at drugs at all, you know, especially if they came in the equation. In my story, like, it was to check out, you know, life was just too fucking hard, you know, and if I could go back in time, I'd do it different, you know, but I just got, you know, like had like a lot of shit in my life going on at the same time, too much, too quick, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just bam, right? So, but then trying to get clean in the beginning, like, okay, I haven't done drugs in 60 days, you know, let me go to court, let me go see my ex-wife, like make that shit right. Let me get like the bills, let me get back up on this and like the self-forgiveness and the this. It came from a good enough place, like wanting to get the shit back or like to show up for my wrongs, right? Because like any man worth their salt wants to, you know, like do that, right? Like I'm going to clear my side of the street. But the steps are in order for a reason, I guess, right? But I would do that. And it was just, again, too much, too quick. And the fucking consequences of using sometime are fucking severe. Right. Like just the loss of time is a big fucking deal. I lost 4 or 5 years, not only from myself, but from like, you know, like my family, career, school, and all that shit, right? So that's like a lot to like to sit and think with, right? And then like in my head, you're not allowed to tell like another grown man how you feel, right? Like that shit kept me sick as fuck too, you know? Like, hey, dude, I'm fucking hurting, and I don't think I measure up, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get that shit back, you know? I like him because I fucked up so fucking hard back there, dude. You have no idea how small I believe that I am compared to another man.
You can't get all of that back though, because like you know, I've had a rough time, a rough go at it, and I actually don't want to go back in time, because all of that shit that I went through has turned me into this man that I am today. And this guy that when I look in the mirror, I'm happy. Like I'm grateful for the life that I've been given, and you know, and like it's just like it's unbelievable to me, you know. And you can have all of that and then some,
Right.
you know, and just continue. We constantly are trying to be the best versions of ourselves on a daily basis. Like I would never do this type of stuff, 5 years ago. I'm more of a shy kid, and I like to do my own thing, and I'm kind of a loner, and you know. But this has been like a challenging thing for me, and I think that to grow, you got to continue to be uncomfortable.
Big time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
You know, because there's no growth when we're comfortable. We're just doing the same thing, and it's like a lot of people are okay with that, but I'm not. I'm not okay with not continuing to grow and strive to do better and strive to be more successful, and you know, all of these things. Like I'm really not.
Right.
I'm not okay. So I'm going to continue to do them on a daily basis.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So first off, thank you, brother. Yeah. So what is it? When we're comfortable, we get complacent, and like in the military, complacency kills. And if you're like us, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have like a history of how we operate,
Yeah.
we can't afford that.
No.
You know, we really can't. And it's like the most beautiful bitchin' people I've met in my entire life, you know, chicks, dudes, whatever, you know, like older people, youngsters, whatever, have been in the program. And not just for AA or NA, but like codependency as well, or people that have been through some shit in their lives, you know, like some trauma or some like adverse things like when they were younger. There's just the most beautiful bitchin' people ever, you know, because like they've like been forced, right, to to go within, you know, and say, fuck your ego.
Yeah.
You know,
overcome.
like, I'm sorry?
Overcome.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And it's fucking beautiful. And dude, so I got clean like a few years back, right? And I was like, my last run was so fucking gnarly, bro. I was probably 130 pounds, scabs, scars all over my face, you know, shot the fuck out, questioning reality, you know, which is scary shit. But I was in Inglewood in like a transitional like housing thing through the VA, right? I don't even know how the fuck I ended up in Inglewood, bro. I think I was in Santa Monica for a couple months before. Anyways, COVID had just started, right? So I failed a drug test there, and they couldn't give me the boot because of COVID shit, which was bad for me because it allowed me to stay in a place, go left, you get meth, go right, you get the black, the Culver City dudes and this, whatever. And I'm like the only white dude there around the age of 30, you know, and I was just fucking spinning my wheels it was bad, dude, right? So I didn't have the luxury to just go to rehab. You know, I probably did, but I was stuck. I was fucking stuck for like altogether a year, and which was good, right? Because it beat my ass fucking bad enough where anything was good. You know, so I went to rehab there in Orange County, and dude, God just put some home run hitters in my life, dude. My roommate, he works in like this industry. He had like a history of like in and out of the pen, right? And then we met, and I didn't get that from him because he's from down here too. He was raised right, you know, he's intelligent and all this shit. And I remember after rehab, he's like, hey, bro, like, let's get this, like, you and I. And it was like eye contact and all that shit. And I struggled with eye contact. But he meant it. He's like, why can't we do it, brother? You know? And then, so I've been like living with him for like the last 3 years almost. And I got a girlfriend along the way who's a fucking angel. Luke, you know, he works with you guys, and he was on this podcast. And just people that I have like interest with that don't give a fuck about the hat, the fucking stupid ass tattoos, or how much I think I can bench on a good day that I'll only tell you about, you know. But
What is that exactly?
on a good day, if I'm taking creatine. Now, right now, probably I can, if I'm lucky, I could get 225. If I'm lucky, you know, but it's been a while.
Nice, bro. I know 1% of the population could do 225.
Dude, I've seen some
Chad does 400.
Yeah, Chad's a big boy, and he's low to the ground. He's a little tank.
My wife told me not to stop talking about the gym on my podcast. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Don't say anything. We'll talk about it. I'll talk about it.
He's all burning the spot. Yeah.
He arms 50s.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
I don't.
I'm a small dude,
I don't
so
work out like that anymore. I mean, I did. I used to I was, you know, I've been lifting for 24 years consistently.
Yeah, you're a little brick, dude.
Yeah. And but you know, I don't lift like that anymore because I am old. My joints hurt. Yeah, I do bench 225 for, like, I did chest today. I did 225 for reps, no spotter. So
See?
Flex zone.
Right?
I know, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think that's cool stuff.
But
that's a feat.
Right.
These are goals. He's stacking wins.
Stacking wins from the time we wake up.
But
right?
that's
what I'm
not the
saying.
win
Yeah.
to me. So my win today was the fact that I did 2.4 miles
Nice.
on the treadmill.
Fuck
Nice.
that.
Because, like-
okay, I get you. That is a win, bro.
Because like doing my, and it is a win if I complete my full weight program, like, you know, my full weightlifting program. Then I go to the treadmill, and then I complete that. But just completing the weights for me is easy. Like if I leave after that, then I'm not even tired. But to do 2 miles on top of that is
That's a good
gnarly
one,
for
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like gnarly.
Yeah.
Gotta
And
push,
I'm
bro.
like, and that's where I have to mentally check in and be like, okay, you can go a little bit further. You can go a little bit further. And that's when I turn on David Goggins. You know him?
Stay hard, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know that, David.
Love that.
Yeah.
So I put him in my headphones and
Yeah, bro. Good beast.
and
Yeah.
I just run.
Okay, so it's cool that you had said that, right? So like, we're dudes, right? And when you're out there, you're probably like as gnarly as they come, right? So it's like, not only is like physical activity good for the brains, but it's like, dude, like rehabs are cool, right? Because it's like, you know, like I want to feel heard, I want to be respected, heard, loved. All right, yeah, I get that. But then after the fact, you know, like us as men, I'm sure chicks too, but like there's none here, so we'll just talk about men. We need that fucking purpose and that drive, you know. Like I need to get my fucking ass whooped, you know.
Yeah.
Like not like by other dudes, hopefully not, you know. But I need to get in the gym and slay myself, or I need to go out on the beach and do whatever I do on the beach, you know. Like,
Well, Peter surfs, and that's like that's his. Michelangelo, what do you do?
what do you do, bro?
He wrestles and boxing. Yeah.
Donde putazos? Nah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I have a buddy actually. He works in the industry too. He just he does that. He's like a sober coach, and he does that too, like the boxing thing, which I did a few times. But cardio sucks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it, right?
I'm just starting it.
Yeah.
He's pushing me. Why'd your wife say not to talk about it?
What?
Why'd she say not to talk about it? Yeah, I mean, she's going to get an ass kicking when he gets home, and tomorrow morning he's going to come in
she
all
doesn't-
grumpy. Why'd you make me talk about it?
She doesn't care. She just says for her it's boring.
Yeah.
You
all
know,
right,
to
sorry.
listen to a bunch of men talk about weightlifting. She likes to hear the good stuff.
Yeah.
But we always go off on a tangent, and I think that's what like podcasting is. Like, do you ever listen to podcasts?
Oh yeah.
Like I listen to Joe Rogan.
Of course.
They're way over in left field sometimes
Yeah.
before they come back to, you know. I mean, he gets to talk to some really interesting guests too. For like, what the hell?
Yeah.
No. We'll get there.
No, we're already here.
Right.
This guy's
You know
got a
what?
great
You're
story.
right. We are already there.
Yeah,
You're right.
we're the #1 podcast in addiction and mental health.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A right, bro.
yeah, you are
Yeah,
when you
for
say
sure.
you are.
Yeah.
Right?
I like it, bro. It's a good one.
We're
What'd
coming
you see
for,
out there?
We're coming for Logan Paul's
Logan
#1
Paul.
spot.
Hey.
We got to make a few adjustments to our studio. This is a really nice studio.
This
though,
is sick,
too.
though. Whoever did that, that's some good work right there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually a really good one.
that's me with a beard and without a beard.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, right?
Right on.
It's actually like his half of the face and my half of the face.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I really like that. This guy Chuck did it. He's our he does like almost all of our graphic design for the Infinity Group.
Yeah, he does good work, bro.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot, big time. Yeah, but
So, Billy,
yeah, what do you got?
what'd you see out there, bro?
Where at? In the streets or Iraq?
No, Iraq.
Fuck. That was a long time ago. 2009. So, okay.
Seems like yesterday to me.
I was 19, bro, I think. 2009. Well, I was a fucking kid, bro. So, I went in 2009, right? So, Iraq in 2009 wasn't what it was like in 2004 and 2007. You know, like, we're like the door kicking shit, essentially. We did like a little bit of that, but I was assigned like a security team. We did like QRF, which is like quick reaction force. And then like 9 and 15 lines. So I got to go out with EOD a lot. There's explosive ordnance disposal. And we go find the IEDs that those pussies plant. And we like pop. And like we blow them up. So there's around like a lot of like combat patrols, small arms fire kind of shit, IEDs. Yeah. I think I was there for 7 months. And yeah, it's a trip because like when you're out there, you're like, We had 3 docs, which is where I was, right? So 3 FMF corpsmen, and for like we had 160 people, I think, and then the EOD team too. So probably 170 people. So within 3 corpsmen, we were always on the road. So I was on the road a lot. I've seen every fucking piece of sand in Iraq, dog. But I don't know, bro. It's like I'm trying to like in my head right now. I'm trying to think of like how I would like what's the best way to like relay the information like to somebody that wasn't over there. I don't know. You kind of like the shit that kind of sucks. Like in my head, like after the fact, right, is like 18, 19 years old, right, is when I went in. I was really like ignorant, right, like ego man, like blah, let's go fuck shit up, kill. That's what we're gonna do. Fuck shit up, kill. Then you go over there, man. That place is fucked. You know, it's like. It's fucked, bro. Iraq fucking sucks, dude. They don't have like fucking tanks and fucking airplanes and all this shit. It's fucking run down like mud, like places. And we're like, I don't even know what the shit's called. It's like mud hats or like, well, not mud hats, like teepees and shit like that. Yeah. Not literally teepees, but it's fucking run down as fuck. It sucks.
Mud huts.
Yeah, mud huts. I'm sorry.
There's no, are all the roads dirt?
Not all of them. Not all of them. But if you go to like to the cities and like the places that have been like built up a little bit, yeah. But the base is there. If they're not an army base, it's a Marine Corps base, and they fucking suck, bro. You're like eating in like a wood shack, you know?
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, but it, you know, it's Iraq, so like, what do you expect? But the thing, like you see like dramatic shit out there, right? But that's not the shit that fucks you the worst, right? It's like I feel like really like remorseful sometimes for like how I felt going there and like what you do doing there, right? But then you get out and realize that those motherfuckers are probably just doing what the fuck they thought they were supposed to do. You know, if I was fucking 10 years old and then like the greatest like armed forces in the fucking history of the world, go America, you know, they come over with their fucking like mechanized everything and they're like reinforced whatever the fuck we have and they're just doing their shit. It's like, how would I feel, you know? And then when I went over there too, even when like the like first 2 invasions happened, like their military, it's not even comparable. It's not even, there's no close second to us, you know, like not even in terms of spending, right? So you get over there and you kind of see it like in life, like the novelty thing wears off. Okay, we're in Iraq for 2 weeks, a month, 2 months. This shit fucking sucks, but you're with your boys, so it's kind of cool a little bit. It gets real gay real quick, you know, but you're having fun, like to boost the morale, right? And then, yeah. And then, so dude, honestly, and I've like told people this, I've also done like extensive work, like on like the trauma and shit that I seen and like shit that I wish I could have done or whatever. It's like, I think life after the military was fucking harder than Iraq. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like war was hard, whatever, but after the fact it was like much harder, I think. Right. Much harder. You know, there's a book and I forgot who wrote it. And I told myself I was going to bring this up too. It's called Tribe. You might have heard of it. It's like big in the like addiction community, but it's pretty much, I think it's going back to like post like the Civil War. I'm getting the era wrong. I'm butchering this, but anyway, it's pretty much goes back to like man's need for like community. Yeah. You know, like where I belong. And when I was in the military, I fucking belonged. And I was a doc, you know. So people needed me for something, right? And I did it well, brother. And it was like my identity and it was my purpose for a long fucking time. And I was good at it. I was really fucking good at it, actually. And then not only like what I was able to like to offer, whatever, but there was times over in Iraq, bro, because everybody's still fucking human, bro. Everybody, even the fucking big dudes on steroids out there, are still fucking human, right? Mm-hmm. So when we be on like a night patrol, you'd have this big ass dude come up, hey doc, let's talk. Like, oh, you know, like. Did I do something wrong? You know, did I do something wrong? No, man. You know, I was on the phone with my wife the other day, and you know, they just start opening up about being fucking human. You know, like, you know, they fucking miss their fucking kids, or they think their old lady's like doing weird shit because she can't stay on the phone for 20 minutes because she's with their fucking kids. But our heads will say like,
boyfriend's over.
Yeah, Jody's over. You know.
What do you guys have a name for that?
Yeah, Jody.
Jody.
Yeah, Jody, bro. But yeah, Jody. Fuck Jody. But but you see, they're still fucking human, right? And I remember like when I was over there, we weren't like door kicking as much, right? But it takes an IED, right? Like a fucking fraction of a second to go off. Yeah. Right? So and you're on the road all the fucking time. It's like 120 degrees, sweating balls all the time. I'm in the back of an MRAP, which is like a fucking like Suburban on like you know, gear, like trend, you know? Yeah. So I'm in the back of this like thing all the time. And I'm like, dude, it's so fucking hot, and you can't run the AC and like the gear at the same time, like to stop like an IED. It's like a jammer. I think the blue force shocker and the chameleon, whatever the fuck they call it. Anyways, you can't run the AC and that shit at the same time. So you're gonna run that shit because you don't want to get blown the fuck up, right? So we didn't have the AC. So I got like over there. The first 2 months, I'm gonna keep all my shit on at all times. I'm stay strapped up or whatever. And then you're like, dude, you know, comfort's a thing, right? And then like, and then I accepted it. If we're gonna get fucking blown up, we're gonna get blown the fuck up anyway. So I would just like take my shit off anyway and chill. Because like at that point, you know, your helmet's not gonna do too much, you know.
Yeah.
And but you kind of just like accepted the fact, like accepted it and acknowledged it. If it happens, it's gonna fucking happen. There's really not jack shit you can do about it.
Yeah.
You know? So, but yeah.
Yeah, not easy.
Nah, but you know what? What makes it like way easier, dude, is you're with like all your boys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you're
I
with
do.
your fucking people. I've
Yeah.
seen these guys cry, and I know like the names of their dogs or their
Yeah.
girlfriend's like little sister, and it's like that's honestly what made the military worth all the bullshit.
Right.
You know, because if you have like common sense in the military, you're fucked. You know, you're fucked, bro.
Yeah.
You get gray hair or lose your fucking hair. You know, but no, you're fucked. But you know, you follow orders, you do the bullshit, whatever. But you're with your boys. You know, and it's like cliche and whatever, but it's cliche for a fucking reason. You know, like these are my people. Like these are my fire team. You know, I'm close with these 4 or 5 dudes, and even more than that. But you know, like when you're in, like it's generally 4 or 5 dudes you get really fucking like tight with, and you know, like I've seen them cry and I've seen them fight, and I fought with them. You know, I cried and fought with them at the same time. But okay, so when I had looked back on it, and I think this is like common for most people, especially if they've done like a combat deployment, or they actually no, just if you're really tight with your boys, right? And like depending on your job, a lot of times, because if you're doing dumb shit all the fucking time, like waking up at like 3 a.m. and going like running and like in Camp Pendleton in the summertime with gear on, it fucking sucks. But when I got out of the military, I tried to like say fuck you, you know, because I got med retired, and I really didn't like how I like got out, because it was kind of bullshit, you know. You go from being like shit hot to like the redheaded fucking like kid of the family, you know, like the stepchild. I keep forgetting shit, but I was like, fuck the military, I'm out anyway. But then like naively enough, right? I started drinking, but I'd always drank. But then I didn't have like my 4 or 5 dudes anymore, and I wasn't wearing the uniform anymore.
Yeah.
You know, one of those things by itself is enough, you know, but then you throw them both on, right? Things that I had just lost. And then I decided to go like replace it with other dumb bullshit, you know? And when it was like a recipe for disaster, you know? But I don't think I set out wanting to fucking like inflict like pain upon myself. You know, I think I was like trying to feel something a little bit, you know, that you couldn't feel like with them, like in the way I looked at it. And even if I was able to, it would have taken fucking time. You know, men need direction and purpose. You know, just like, you know, discipline, motivation, all that good shit. We fucking need it. We fucking need it. Otherwise, we go fucking shoot dope and chase loose women. You know, I wasn't good at either of those, but I was good at fucking being an honest person, you know, and I fit in with the boys really fucking hard. You give me a job and I'm going to do it well. Sometimes I need ABC fucking directions, but I'm going to get it done. And if I don't get to C, I could go to B, knowing why I didn't get to C, you know. But yeah, I got out of the military, and I fucking slowly, like many other, you know, veterans, I lost my way. And the biggest regret in my life is fucking picking up dope. But you know, like I used to get really fucking hard on myself for that. But what the fuck else was I supposed to do, brother? You know,
Surviving.
Dude.
You were just surviving at that point.
Yeah. I used to think that was an excuse, right?
No.
I know, but I was fucking keeping myself sick.
Yeah.
You know? And because I was terminally unique. You have no idea how the fuck I feel. Bullshit. You just told me exactly what it was, you know? I was like, just so cut off, and I wanted to do everything by myself because I was broke the fuck off and hurt, you know?
Tell us about your last run, because you were, if I recall correctly, you were clean for a while.
Yeah, I was clean for a while. Yeah.
Was it a year?
No, I like 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Dude, it took me 4 years to get past 3 months, bro.
Yeah.
But the first time I did the inpatient, outpatient, yeah, you know, like the whole like continuum of care thing.
Yeah.
It worked.
Right.
I think, long-term recovery is fucking a big deal. And ideally, if you get to do it in the same place like you can here, it's fucking tits, bro, because you're around the same people, you know. The familiarity part of it helps a lot.
Right.
Especially when you're going through like foreign territory, you know?
Yeah.
But, so I went to rehab at Northbound in Garden Grove. Their IOP was in Newport. And like I said, that last run was probably like a heavy year nonstop. You know, so like reality was fucking questionable for sure, you know? And then, again, I was beat down so fucking hard anyway, but my way. And I just knew that, it's funny because you like go to rehab, right? And they're like, what changed this time? What are you going to do different? I'm looking up with my big like Disney princess eyes are all doughy and shit. Anything you tell me to. But I meant it, bro, because my excuses weren't making sense anymore.
Yeah.
You know, your wife left you how long ago? You went to Iraq how long ago? You know, you were a kid and your parents did that shit how long ago?
Right.
You know?
How long are you going to hold on to it?
Bro, I held on to it until I was fucking, dude. It's cool that grace is a thing, right? Because my way fucking, I didn't deserve to be here, dog, you know? I fucking was actively trying to fucking check out for a long time. That's not how we do shit, you know? Life sucks regardless sometimes. Not all the time. It's supposed to be fucking hard, you know? But yeah, man, so I went to rehab, bro, and then like I said, man, God just put the, okay, I knew that any way but my way, right? Any way but my way, right? And I worked the steps for the first time fucking finally, man. And then I worked on like my trauma over here, you know, and then I did my AA shit over here. And then slow habits like gym. Started like to talk to my family a little bit. You know, it's slow, but I want that shit yesterday. Yeah. But slow, right? And it's slow for a fucking reason, right? But my addiction and like my trauma and my family shit, they all like held hands, you know, like they're all like, you know, so, but it just took time, bro. And like, dude, God just put some dudes in my life that were just fucking home run hitters, man. Like my roommate right now is probably, and I was in the military, brother. He's probably the most solid dude I've ever met. You know, he's just a good fucking dude, and he has like pains like mine. He wasn't in the military, you know, but he did what he did, but he went like the prison route and everything. But we all, our pains are still our fucking pain. Like the circumstances might be different, but you know, we feel shame and regret fucking hard. You know, like any man worth his salt wants to rewrite his wrongs, or at least to show up for him, you know, and I can't do that alone, you know, and thank God I didn't have to, right? Yeah, so God put some solid men in my life, bro, and I started doing the AA shit. You know, and then I started getting support along the way for it. Because, I didn't have a driver's license. You know, I hadn't been to school in a long time. I was X amount of thousands of dollars in debt. And it was fucking insurmountable. You know, it was for 4 or 5 years before that. But, dude, I would just try to take off a little bit. And which is hard for me because I'm like a spaz, you know what I mean? And the drugs definitely fucking did some damage too, bro. But I want to get it all done at once, right? But it doesn't work like that, right? So just small incremental steps. You know, I was able to get some time. You know, so like about 2.5 years, but a few months before I had relapsed, bro, dude, life was good, man. I just got a car, had a girlfriend who fucking rocks, man. We have 2 puppies. So, well, she has a puppy and me and my boy have a puppy. I love dogs so fucking much, bro.
What kind?
One's Australian cattle dog.
And the other one, smart.
Oh, they're fucking,
Smart.
they're tits, bro. They're cool dogs, bro. They're really fucking cool.
Really smart.
Yeah, they are like wicked smart.
Yeah.
They're hyper though. But I enjoy that. But when it's time to not do hyper shit, I really don't enjoy it, you know? She's like, bah, bah, I'm trying to do homework, and I'm like spazzing out, you know? I don't kick her, but in my head I do. Shut the fuck up. I'm like trying to do like my bullshit, like fucking like, yeah, whatever. But
don't get us in trouble with PETA, man.
I know. I love animals, dude. I think there's like a special spot in hell for like dudes who hit dogs, dog.
They'll come after you, man.
Yeah, I think Trump made it like a federal thing that you can't hit dogs. But good though, I respect that. No, but dude, these are things I hadn't had in my fucking years, dog. You know, like a roommate I can trust, a woman that I loved, right? And the woman has to put up with all my bullshit because I brought a lot of fucking shit in the, you know, to the equation.
Right.
Insecurity, anger, doubt, fucked up family shit. You know, and in my head, like I had really like negative beliefs about myself and my family and just my life, period, you know, and like complex shit too, you know. Well, I think it's complex, probably not as much, right? But these people are fucking awesome, bro. They're like, you know, like they like love you until like you start loving yourself, you know, and fuck, dude, life gets good when you start loving yourself.
Yeah, it does.
It's a trip, right?
Yeah.
You know, when you can look in the mirror and say, hey, I love you, bro, and not look at 5 fucking things you hate.
Right.
You know, but like once you believe him for so long, like that becomes comfortable almost. Like that self-degradation bullshit. It's like, nah. Dude, I did that from like 27 to 30 years old, dude. Fuck no. Like, let's get a different song going on, man. Right. I want to dance.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot on here. That, you know, because like the old stuff will always come up and try to, you know, get you, and it'll try to lie to you, and you know, but that's when it's like that's when you just challenge it. You're like, man, that's not true about me anymore today. You know, that might have been, you know, true in the past, but you're not going to lie to me anymore. And I'm talking about my own head.
Yeah.
Not going to allow it to lie to me. I challenge it. When negative thoughts like that come up, you know?
at one time, right, I didn't even like thinking I'm right. And then when I would challenge, I didn't have like the ability to challenge him yet, right? Because I would fight him right away. And then you're but it's fear again, right? Fear and anger. Like, how am I going to fight this old like belief that I had for fucking years? I am less than. I don't think I am less than. I am less than, dog. You know? And it's like, no. Check the fucking facts. It's difficult to do that, especially after long-term, like using destructively fucking your life up, because it was just bad, right?
Right.
So that's why early recovery is fucking, it's uncomfortable, right? And like you said, it's supposed to be. Let's break those old habits and self-belief.
Yeah, and we talked about that with Bailey, remember? You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard when
Really
you
hard.
when you've picked up the phone and you've been stacking losses every single day. You know, you've been, getting loaded. You've been doing whatever means necessary to get more drugs and to stay loaded. And, those are all losses. Right. Your first win is when you pick up the phone and you call somebody and you're like, hey, I need help. Like, that's actually a win, but it's like when we were talking about when it's early treatment, you don't have a lot of wins stacked up in front of you. So it's, you start to challenge it, but it's a little bit difficult in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
But you just start stacking wins every day. I mean, we take it as far as like, I'm a very disciplined person. Like, I'm very disciplined and I'm very routined. So when my alarm clock goes off, whether it's right, currently it's 3:00 in the morning because I'm doing the cardio thing. That's a win. When my alarm goes off, I sit up in bed and I get out and I take my dog downstairs and I get my cup of coffee, and that's my first win of the day.
There you go.
And that's how I see it. And then I do like my prayers, my meditation, finish my coffee. That's another win. I hit the gym, win.
It's saving your life though, right?
Yeah.
Routine's huge for us, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking
For everybody.
massive. Yeah, big time.
Everybody.
I think that discipline is more important than motivation, and you'll hear every motivational speaker in the world say that.
I believe it big time, right?
Like, we can all be motivated for hear something great and be like, yeah, I'm going to do this forever now. And then, like 2 days later, you're not doing it anymore.
Tired of shit.
Yeah, you got to do it even when you don't want to.
Yeah, that is the most important part. Yeah. Like, I get up out of bed no matter what. And then once you're disciplined like that, though, like sleeping into me is like literally
6:37. Yeah.
No, I never sleep until 6 right now. Never.
Savage, bro.
Yeah. That's good. I
But
sleep
look,
until 6 on
I
weekends.
saw this. A friend of mine has a post on Instagram, and the trick to getting up at 3 a.m. is I go to bed at 8.
Yeah.
It's not like people are always like, "How do you get up at 3?" Well, I go to bed at 8, and I sleep 7 hours, and I wake up and I go. Plenty of sleep.
Simple math, bro. Right? But
You go to bed at 12.
No, I get you, brother. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like foreign to us almost a little bit. No, but one thing that helps, right, is like when we slow down. I think when we get older, we slow down a little bit, or maybe when we get sober, we slow down. I don't know. I kind of did both at the same time.
I've slowed way down.
Dude, think fucking
like up here.
Yeah. I'm still, but way better than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't watch a fucking show, bro. I couldn't watch a 30-minute show. Fuck no, you're crazy. I'm gonna be thinking about how like the universe started, or like what he's thinking about, Like, hey, what are you thinking about? Watching the show, bro. But yeah,
I do wonder sometimes what Michelangelo is thinking about. Well, my daughter's in the background.
Oh, that's your daughter?
Yeah.
I just thought some girl came in to watch.
She was our very first podcast, but it hasn't been released yet.
Oh,
yeah.
On release. That's the good stuff.
The whole reason why I'm doing this podcast is because she lost her boyfriend of 5 years to a fentanyl overdose. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, dude, that's a gnarly thing about that fucking drug right now. Opiates, right?
Yeah, there's no more heroin.
Babies are fucking.
I don't know if you were you on your last run. Did you do heroin?
I was a classy opiate addict, bro. I'm kidding, talking. Every fucking thing has that fetty shit in it right now, bro. So the dude I got it from is straight from the border. They had fucking fit. I'm sure it all does, dude. Right. I didn't fucking care. I just wanted what he had, Yeah. Yeah. It's gnarly as fuck though, bro.
Crazy.
So it literally is that roulette shit, like Russian roulette, right?
It's worse than Russian roulette.
Dude, you're paying for this shit too, bro. Yeah, you're paying for this shit too. But no, you know what's really fucked up, bro? Is like like, you know, like I struggle with sometimes like, no, you know what, dude, like, I don't struggle with that. I'm sorry. Sometimes like I'm like at odds with, you know, in my head a little bit, but I think about it and then I'm with like what you had said earlier, like, you know, the whole like do not regret the past and wish to shut the door on it. Sometimes I go, because some shit really sucks, but that means I have more work to do, right? And I understand that, right? But dude, like I have like friends that have like that are not here because of that, you know. Like, and I have friends that are like not here because they struggle with shit in their heads. You know, a lot of friends actually. So it's like addiction and mental health. A lot of times they hold hands, right? But dude, it gets to the point where we don't give a fuck about ourselves enough, or we get fucking sick, you know, addicted. So we consciously choose to fucking pick up this drug that's killing people,
right?
You know, and it's like,
it's not the same anymore,
dude.
It's not fun,
dude. It took me a few times, like just to, you know, like because you go to rehab at 27. Okay, it's cool, yada yada. I'll go in there, get the oil change. I'll say what's up to a chick. Say what's up to 2 chicks. I'll ask this dude's where he's from. I'll do the therapy. That's in my like own experiences. It wasn't enough time for me, you know, because like I wasn't ready, bro. Addiction's a trip, right? I really had a fucking problem, you know. So I've been in rehab 2 handfuls of times, right? Mm-hmm. But some of these kids, they don't get the chance, you know, to like hit their head on the ground 2 or 3 times,
right?
And that's bizarre. It's fucking gnarly. The kids, bro, kids, you know, like 21, 22, any fucking buddy that dies away from or that passes from addiction is one too many, you know. And these fucking. And I've had to go to like some funerals where this kid, he's 22 years old, bro. You know, and his parents like were still like youngish, and they just lost their baby boy. You know, you know, so it's gnarly, man. It's really. I think sometimes it kind of like we're around it every day, right? So it loses its steam.
I don't know. It you know, it hit home with me. So like it's out there in the forefront, like, and I've been in this business for 22 years. This is all I've ever done since I was a young man of 27 years old. It's the only thing I've ever done. I said this before, the last 3 years, we have lost more people than the whole 18 years prior to that combined. So like for me, this podcast is not just about like me getting on here and talking. Like I post shit all the time. Like I'm not going to stop until everybody has heard this podcast. And I mean, everybody, you know, especially in America. And, you know, I'm hoping that at that point they'll hear this part, the reason why we're doing the podcast, and they'll start following us so that I can go up to Washington and be like, what are you guys going to fucking do about this? Because, you know, we're losing 300 people a day, over 300 every single day from fentanyl overdoses. That's an airplane crashing every single day. Jeez. What would happen? What would the government do if one airplane went down every single day? They would shut it down.
Make better airplanes.
Yeah. I mean, what did they do when COVID came? Like they shut the country down way before we were in the thousands, and they decided that they're just going to shut the country down. That was their solution to the problem. We're already at 120,000 people a year dying from fentanyl, and they're doing nothing, you know? And so, they will hear me, and, you know, I'm not going to stop. And, you know, that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
Good, brother.
And it's like people like you, we're going to have stories like you. We're going to have, we're offering hope to everybody, because at this point, how many people have, let me backtrack. I believe that almost everybody in the United States knows somebody who has been affected by fentanyl. It's that bad. It's a crisis. It's a pandemic. It's an epidemic in the United States, but it's a pandemic because this isn't just the United States this is happening. It's multiple countries, you know.
It's a full-fledged fucking disease, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it a trip, like epidemic, pandemic? Those are big fucking scary words, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. So it's like East Coast, West Coast, everywhere in the middle. It's bizarre. It's scary shit.
And really the Hopeaholics is having a full-fledged war against fentanyl. You know, that I mean, addiction as a whole, but like fentanyl is every fucking where. So if you're an addict, you're almost guaranteed that you're using fentanyl. So like this is a war against fentanyl, and we're not going to stop.
You know, it's bizarre what you had just said, right? But it's true. That shit's in fucking everything. Right?
Yeah.
So it's even coke and shit too.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
meth and shit. But
We get people from far away, into the treatment programs. People from Michigan, never used fentanyl before in their life. They get here. We drug test everybody before they come in because we got to see what we're dealing with. Meth addict only. Pop's dirty for fentanyl. We take away, the drugs, and he's in full blown opiate withdrawals. You know, like I've never done fentanyl before. Yeah, you didn't know.
yeah,
It's bad.
it's bizarre. Scary shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fucking
Yeah,
it's-
man. We had a 65-year-old veteran the other day overdosed, smoking marijuana off the street.
Pot?
Fentanyl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had Fetty in the pot.
Fetty in the pot. Narcan 3 times. 65-year-old. Yeah. Just wanted to kick back, have a beer and a joint.
What's next? Right? Like,
Right now, sorry to chime in, they're trying to create a fentanyl that is immune to Narcan. They're literally in the works of creating that right now.
yeah. So what she had just said, right? They're trying to, or it's in the works right now. I'd actually like heard that about a month ago. They're like making a fentanyl.
Making a
that's
fentanyl
that's
that
immune
is
to, like-
immune to Narcan.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Weird. Like, why?
Because they want to kill off Americans. Why do you think this is going on?
Yeah, I believe that. They want to kill Americans.
yeah. It's I try not to get. Well, no, that's probably, dude. It's beyond me, bro. On like at that part, it's just, dude. It's perverse, bro. It's fucking insidious. You know, like cunning, baffling, and powerful, all that good shit. Yeah, but dude, fucking drug addiction, period, right? Especially with everything that we're just like that fentanyl shit. It's just fucking. It's almost like a bad fucking movie or dream or whatever the fuck. Like it's horrendous, man.
Right.
You know?
And a lot of parents are waking up to that bad dream.
Dude,
Yeah.
fuck
You know,
yeah, man.
my daughter wakes up to that bad dream. His dad wakes up to that bad dream. I still cry. It's been 6.5 months. 9/11. 2022. I post about it all the time.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yes.
She unfortunately found him. So, there's that. Today after this podcast, we're heading out, and we're gonna go make some sack lunches, go out, talk to the homeless people.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah,
Right on, brother.
for real.
Yeah, good.
Like God called me to do all of this after Justin died, and on top of that, with some of the veteran stuff, that we've had to deal with. I also believe that veterans should have better health care than I have. I never served this country.
Oh, join the club, bruh.
Yeah.
No, it's so here's first off, dude, thank you for like everything that you do, right? And I was like blessed enough when I had relapsed this last time, right?
Right.
My roommate
And you
Luke-
were blessed with a community care
yeah, big time.
referral, which
Yeah.
is, yeah.
So Luke was like, "Hey, bro, yada yada yada," and then he's like, "We're gonna get you help." And dude, I don't even know if I was speaking English, but he's like, "We're gonna take you to the West LA VA, whatever, because for whatever bullshit ass backwards reason, the Long Beach one won't give you a referral, even though it's closer. Who cares?" But long story short, community cares program, they referred me out to here, and so I didn't have to detox in the psych ward at the VA in LA, which would be horrendous.
Well, it doesn't make sense to detox a drug addict at a
Psych
psych ward.
Yeah, that's what they do, bro. So here's the thing that's bizarre to me, right? So I think
There's a thing called community care. It's actually there's a thing called the Mission Act. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
So, but even within then, right? And I don't want to like bash VA because we need a longer podcast, right?
Yeah.
But the VA, they have these like programs, right, that are designed sometimes, but you'll have these civilian fucking gatekeepers that try to call the shots or whatever because maybe they don't like how you deliver the information for them, and they'll fucking kick you back. I've had it happen to me 2 or 3 times. Sober too, so I was clear-headed enough, right?
Yeah.
And I know the ABCs,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Well, go fuck yourself." I'm like, dude. So even like with a clear head,
And I'll have to say though, this isn't everywhere because we deal with a lot of VAs, and they're doing the deal. We get a lot of veterans into our different programs. some of the VAs they're really doing the deal.
Okay.
And then there's a group of them that aren't,
Okay.
you know, and I don't mention their names because
yeah.
I don't want to piss them off.
Probably already did. Fuck. My bad.
We'll edit it out. Can you mark that?
Yeah, but then also like long story short, right? I can dude, I'm an ungrateful fuck, right? So I can look at a Lambo and say I don't like how the mirrors look, right? So what had happened was I got community cares here, right? And what's cool about Hope by the Sea, they have veterans here, a lot of them, my age too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we get the lingo, you know, we get the all the bullshit, but then it's then you there's civilians here too, so it's good. Yep. So it's not super like seclusive just with vets, and it's a little bit of everything. But then yeah, so it actually really is cool how you guys do this because yeah, dude, I went to detox at the VA, man, and they throw you in a psych ward. Yeah, and they don't give you any meds, so it's fuck. How bad do I want to detox right now?
Right.
You know? And you can't smoke cigarettes, so it's I'll just kick on the couch at home. But see, this is how sick it is that I was that I would even have to have that thought, and I've had that thought, that full on conversation more than 1, 2, 3 times, bro. But the big thing, right? Rehab, right? If we look at it, right, it's it gives you a place to catch your breath, a safe place to catch your breath, and you're any day in treatment, it's good because you're that far removed from your last drug.
Yeah.
You know, and if I'm around people that are doing things like me, you know, odds are I'll be better off, you know. And then but you know,
plus you're hanging out with the winners now.
yeah, big time, brother.
No.
Yeah, actually, so I went through here not too long ago, and actually just this last weekend, there's some people who are actually still in here, and somebody who had already got done with this place.
Yeah.
We all met up and went and played sports. But you know, it's community, man, and we need it. I thrive when I have good men in my life, brother.
Yeah.
I thrive. I don't know, I've always kind of been
Everyone's
that.
like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you give me a couple solid dudes who know
Yeah.
shit about me and
That's all
kind of
you need.
know where I struggle or
Yeah. When you're
I
down.
just do better, yeah,
Yeah,
because
man.
I feel heard, seen, empowered too. And I'm the best hype man in the world, bro. All my best friends think they're 7 foot tall.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
I said, whoa, let's do this, right? You know, because we're living again, bro. Tomorrow actually doesn't look that bad all the fucking time, and it's not really that bad at all, right? I don't give a fuck. Dude, there's a long period of my life where I didn't want to wake up anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a shitty thing to say because I'm not Eeyore, man. I'm more like Tigger, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but I was fucking Eeyore, pretending to be Tigger for a long time, bro. You know?
Yeah.
But dude, you get clean, right? You work on this shit underneath the surface, and it's unfortunate. Some shit you don't get back right away. You know, like court shit. I'm doing that shit myself. It's, you know, shit with the family.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, and it's
That's
supposed
okay,
to, though, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to because if family forgives you too quick, then you're just going to be right back
More
out
apt
there.
to do it again,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you do all the work, right? You earn your shit.
And you said it actually a little while ago. The steps are in order for a reason.
Yeah.
We don't go make amends when we have 30 days clean.
No.
and
I used to do
sober.
that, bro. I'd shave real quick.
Yeah. Head out. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I said I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, because the way of all of that, the way I see all of that is that, you know, a true amends, a true I'm sorry, means that I will not repeat that behavior. Yeah. And you know, it takes work to not repeat a behavior. When I tell you that I'm sorry and I've done the work, it means that I'm not going to hurt you like that again, you know? And that's why step 10 is way over here, you know? Right?
Don't know.
Step 9.
Step 9.
Step 9.
Step 9.
10 is a daily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Have you
I
worked
don't know.
all 12 steps before?
I have, but
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. Twice, actually.
Twice?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So here's a cool thing, right, about the steps, right? And I'm I stole this from somebody, or I'm sure they stole it from somewhere too. So fuck them. But if you replace the booze, right, or the drugs, or whatever. So and we said our brains, right? I admitted I was powerless over my brain, you know, and then it works with that too, right? So I've benefited extensively from trauma, and you know, just regret, shame, and all that shit, just through the steps. I think everybody on the planet should probably work the steps or some form of it, you know?
I agree.
I think the world would be a better place, you know? And I know just for a fact, in my own life, I got clean after not thinking I'd be able to do it. You know, it's not supposed to be super duper easy. It's not that fucking hard. you know, you have some dudes that are doing the same thing you are. If you're lucky, you get a girlfriend doing the same thing you are, and some puppies that are watching their parents doing the same thing, you know. And then life just gets good again, man. You get to go to school, be an adult, quote unquote. You get to grow up, you know. You get to like think about having kids one day.
Yeah.
You know, you get to think about like paying 2 car notes and all that shit that I didn't think I wanted anything to do with because I was, for whatever reason, man. You just get some beautiful bitchin' people to do it with, man. And that's why I love recovery. That's what I love about it the most, man. Is like reignite like a passion for living, and you know, like the self-forgiveness comes along with it. Yeah, but if we're doing the deal like we're supposed to with each other, right? Like one addict working with another is without parallel. If you're doing the work, the inside work, and if I am, I know I am because I'm standing on 2 solid feet, and my past doesn't fuck with me, you know. Life just gets good. I can
tell you go to Narcotics Anonymous.
I go to both. Actually, like AA heavy, but just I do both.
All right.
I know I do both.
Good
of them,
lingo
bro.
down,
He's got the.
Dude,
He's got some of the good Narcotics Anonymous.
I've been doing it
lingo.
long enough, dude.
Yeah.
I should know a word or two, but I should know more, or I could know more. I'll say I could, but I just know, bro. It's like I know in this podcast we talked a lot about like kind of what it was like and everything like that. And I really, of course in my head, dude, I'm human, right? So it's like, I still have the regrets and the shoulda, woulda, couldas, right? But if I'm speaking to like other people who get it,
right?
Get it. These people get it. And hopefully the people here listening get it.
Billy, everyone's got those regrets,
Hopefully,
right?
hopefully somebody who hasn't got it yet
Well,
will hear what you just said.
Yeah, dude, I've been
and a spark will ignite.
Yeah, well, if they haven't listened to the whole part of it, I hope they listen this far then. No, but dude, again, man, I was fucking a fun-loving kid, bro. I kind of grew up, whatever. But my parents got clean, and so I felt security and safety. I know recovery fucking works.
Are they still clean?
Off and on.
Yeah.
Right, but like they were able to put it together like a substantial amount of time back in the day, which it changed our lives.
Yeah,
it really fucking did.
Yeah.
But we feel. As a kid, I felt that shit. Like I felt like our house become a home, and I felt it change. It's a trip, bro. But you know, then I grow up, you know, and I go to war and handle business, dropping bombs and making moms. Whoop whoop. I'm kidding. You know, you go over there and you do some things.
Dropping
you know,
bombs. It took me a second.
I know. It took a second.
Is that what you guys say over there?
But then, you know, so I got out, you know, and like you can make the argument, right? But if I were to say this, it'd be like a victim thing. But like objectively looking, you could see how things become the way that they did, right? Yeah. And like, okay. So I had every reason to use. No. It's like the perspective, and I'll shift it. I had every reason not to use. And I seen what it did to my family. I also seen my family get clean. And, you know, just without living in the past or doing the shoulda, woulda, couldas, which my head will do by itself. But, dude, life's fucking good, man. Recovery is, it's not hokey, man. You meet the most profound, beautiful, fucking vulnerable, uplifting people you ever meet in your fucking life in it, you know, and I have, you know, I've been blessed with that.
Yeah.
My whole life, actually, you know, because I grew up around the program. And the shit's in here, you know, in our hearts, whatever. Like, I don't think like a lot of us pick up just because like we wake up wanting like the chaos and the dysfunction. Mm-hmm. I didn't, you know, it's gradual or whatever. But
and you gradually get used to it too. Just like the people that we're gonna go feed today, they have gradually gotten used to being out there on the streets. It that doesn't happen overnight, man.
Right.
You know, if you got loaded the first time and the next thing you know, that next day you were walking on the street, homeless, you'd probably get clean.
Right.
But you lose your cell phone, you lose your house, you know, and this all happens slowly. You lose your car, you know, no more friends want you on the couch,
right.
You know, all these things gradually start happening, and that life out there. And this is stuff that we want to talk to them about and try to figure out how we can help and put together a documentary, for lack of words, to be able to, you know, take up to Congress and be like, what are you guys going to do? Because this is the reality. You know, they always have these stupid ass ideas too. You know, it's like, oh, we're going to do, and plus most of the time it's like they say they're going to do something and then they don't do anything. But I think that they should ask people who actually work in this industry, professionals who have been doing it a long time and have seen thousands of people's lives change. Before you write a policy, like just because you're a lawyer or a politician that's been politicking for a long time, you might want to ask people who are outside of the government in the private sector, what do you guys think we should do?
You would think that'd be a no-brainer, right?
That would be a no-brainer. We don't get asked ever. We don't get asked ever by the state of California Department of Healthcare Services what would be a better policy for California to do a better job at addiction treatment. They just sit up there and they write a policy that, and sometimes I'm just like, man, you just made it worse. You made it harder for the treatment centers, and you made it worse for the addicts because now they're not getting the care that they had before. And it happens all the time. I've been doing this for 22 years. It was better before in California. It's worse now, you know.
As far as what's concerned, exactly.
As far as the policies on how we do treatment.
I think like 2017, right? Or you guys, I'm like outside my league on this stuff. But like, right, 2017 or 2018, right? Didn't some like big shit change a little bit? Because all the dudes who were doing some ass backwards shit, they fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's like, if there's a buck to be made.
Which that's fine. I'm okay with all of that. You know, I'm okay with the change that happened. Mm-hmm. But now let's have a conversation, you know, at the especially at the state level, just for this industry specifically. And let's actually do things a little bit better. Because we actually all know how to run treatment centers, especially I've been doing it for running treatment centers for 22 years. That's all I know.
Might know a thing or two, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, man, that was good times.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed your story.
I bet you say that to all the boys.
And I don't.
You do.
I enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah, me too, brother. Big time.
It went really smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You.
Yeah.
You. I'm sorry I didn't look at you too much,
That's
brother.
okay. That's perfect,
in
bro.
spirit, I was staring at you. Gentlemen, thank you for this a lot. You know, like it was nice to talk about myself, of course. No, but then also just to be right? Like
I actually don't want to do the guest chair because I'm like, that shit's hard.
Yeah, it's not that bad because like you guys are good at this, right? But then it would actually like to be a part of, right? Because I love recovery and healing or whatever. I really fucking do, bro. I really, really do, man. So anything I could do to be a part of or like share my story or just like be like connected to the like recovery community.
Oh yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back when we have 1 million followers. We're gonna come back to the beginning people that you know your first
top 20
podcast.
Full circle moment.
Yeah.
Bring it back, bro.
See where you're at.
No, that'd be cool, brother.
See how life has changed.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, man. Like you guys keep doing the good work, bro.
Don't forget to. This is what all podcasters do. No, not podcasters. YouTubers. I always see it on YouTube. They go. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Right, Aurora? Huh? And that's the one thing I haven't done. Please drop a comment.
Drop a comment.
Ooh,
yeah.
How did you forget, bro?
Yeah.
You've been doing it long enough.
We got to do that. We got to do that at the beginning now. Please drop a comment after today.
Drop a comment.
Drop two.
Drop two comments. We'll comment back right now.
Oh, yeah.
we don't have that many subscribers, so
we're all yours.
Yep. I've been commenting back already. Might be Michelangelo though. You never know. Could be Shane.
It is me. We've been talking. I'm under a different name, Veteran Services, and I posted you guys, and you said thank you, or so your wife maybe. Who knows? I'm saying no problem.
We're full on nerds. We probably shouldn't be doing this. Like, you know,
we are nerdy,
and we're older, so like
we're super nerdy, bro. Super nerdy. Wow, good times.
But look, you guys don't look nerdy right there.
No,
like, quite intimidating. Right. And no, it's actually official. No, this is a good setup. You guys are good. You guys are really good. It's like you've done it before.
Yeah. No, I mean we're coming for the number one spot.
Yeah,
that's right.
We are number one spot.
You can't. You have no.
We are the number one spot. What do you mean?
We're number one in addiction and mental health.
Yeah.
Even though we know nothing about addiction and mental health.
Nothing.
This
is a real. See, this is all the real. This is the end, but it's a real, man. We're gonna make this nice.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
You got because you got to do shorts. You know, you got to make reels. You got to do shorts.
Yeah.
videos.
Good luck with that.
Vertical videos.
Yeah, is that where he comes into the equation?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do any of that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We have her here. What you should have been doing is filming behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Behind the
They
scenes.
all have
So you're the
Makes
boss man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
making
I
us
was going to, but I didn't want you guys to think I was weird. For this.
I'd been like this, dog.
every time. Think that we're weird.
Yeah.
I mean, have you met us?
Yeah, right.
Like, people think we're weird.
I know. God, really weird.
Weirdo, dog.
Weirdo.
We're all weirdos,
Weirdo,
bro.
weirdo.
We're all weirdos, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah.
okay, though.
Yeah, the weirder the better.
Yeah, big time.
You know.
Yeah. I live my life by that statement.
Yeah, because I mean I watch Logan Paul's podcast sometime, and they're funny. They're weirdos. Like they get like so super excited. I've seen like Logan Paul just get so excited, yeah, and just like
All right, running out the door.
yeah.
But it's the camaraderie
We're waiting for a guest to like get really upset
and
run
run
out.
off.
And then yeah.
Michelangelo's going to chase him down with the camera.
Yep, and then we're gonna go get somebody like Luke outside. I wonder if you can see Luke on the camera.
We got him.
Luke, what's going on? This is actually a real setup. We're gonna smoke the windows though, so like you can't see.
So we can do stuff.
Because
that
I
people
look
can't
at
tell.
everybody that walks by.
It's hard not to, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, and sometimes people do weird shit. They like walk really slow, and I'm like, just walk, just walk by.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it, man.
Right on,
Good
gentlemen.
times.
Thanks,
It's good being
brother.
on. Hey,
Good
Appreciate
times.
it.
your turn.
Boom.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
You boys. Are you guys the same people when these come off?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hey.